I'm very, very pleased to announce you to everybody. We have been working together for so long that I lost track how many years. Over a decade, that is for sure. We've been working on concepts for cars together. And so I know you very well. I know how thorough you are, how creative you are, how visionary you are also. And so we expect this to be an exceptional morning, knowing what you are able to achieve with your team. So before anything else, I would like to thank you very much. It's hard to organize things in Asia from far, but you did a great job. You have a very beautiful lineup because I know many of the projects. And so what is important for us listening is that all the ideas of sustainability and recycling and so on in the country of Korea are taken very seriously. They already have critical mass. It's already industrial. So contrary to some other countries where it's still emerging and almost sometimes amateur and beautiful, here we are encountering the future in the sense that these individuals are representing already up and running companies and ideas. So that it is a great school, I think, for everybody else, especially for other big companies in the world. I hope they will get noise of this. So if you are interested by this for your own company, you should maybe share later the YouTube videos of what you found most appealing. So Diana, the floor is yours. And sometimes we will add some comments, Philip and myself, but most of the time you are doing your magnificent thing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Lee, Philip, thank you for your motivating introduction and letting us be the ambassador and host of today's World Hope Forum Korea. It means a lot for us to be part of this emphasizing journey of the forum and be part of a group of fantastic creative people around the globe who are joining today and here in Korea. So I'm Diana Kloster, and before I came to Korea, to Hyundai, I worked 10 years in China as a color and trim designer, which was already, as you can imagine, an impressive journey. And yes, it made something with me, my personality, my thoughts, and my way of living. And when I've got the offer from Hyundai, which includes a move to Korea, I was really confused what to do because Korea was a country which I would like to visit, but to move, this was not on my plans. But finally, it ends up with my understanding that all people I met here in my first visits, they were so nice and respectful and so kind to me, just like Koreans are, that it was impossible to reject. So I came and never regret this step. And now I would like to say to Chunky to share the screen for my presentation. Beside the company and a fantastic group of friends I found here, I realized that distinctive Koreanism creates a really reassuring sense of choral calm and beautiful heritage, which brings you automatically back to an era where time seemed carefree and values could be trusted. In general, everything seems to be, for me here, that old and new are no opposites, more a lived culture with a wonderful aesthetic. And Seoul is the best example of the fluid transition between tradition and modernity in everyday's life. So I'm sure you will feel it too when our speakers will present their work today. And for Hyundai, I only can say we are extremely free here in our color and material design department. And when you are free and get all support of your crazy ideas, our CMF teams are creating around the globe. What do you need more? But however, I think during Chunky is fixing the situation, I can go ahead and talk a little bit about our amazing, passionate teams, colleagues, and leaders. And we started here in this design center the transformation for our cars and mindset. And like all over in the world, it was necessary due to shifting values, ongoing health concerns, and uncertainty, and of course, environmental impacts. So only to name some catalysts for new ways of thinking, and one reason why we are finally in this forum here together today. So I would like to take you to a journey of my last years in Hyundai, because I was thinking about what should be the thing I can introduce. And I think maybe I will show our sustainability road by 3 samples, our last 3 concept cars we did. And you can see them on the right side on this picture. Left side are colleagues and our bosses and our teams around the world. And concept cars are in Hyundai close as possible to the production model, because we think it makes no sense to show something one time in an exhibition and then disappear. So let's start in 2019 with Milan's Design Week. After collecting longer, sustainable and advanced materials, we emphasized people in our Style Set Free exhibition to feel, touch or customize eco materials, color, light, shape and sound. We showed in this way our vision on one hand of what the interior of a car could look like. And it was even for us a good experience to see what people liked most and get a feeling for their thoughts. Concept car 45, you can see here, was the starting point for today's Ioniq 5. Chunky will give later more information how we brought the materials from this show car on road. At that time, we started an exciting collaboration with Trend Union. Of course, we know each other long time ago, but in this case, with Lee and her team, we created a strategy that was not only visually entertaining, it helped us a lot to make points more clear, to change the mindset of our related departments, and even give a deep insight how lifestyle and mindstyle evolved. So less or more, all what is necessary to support people where sustainability is already embedded in their DNA on one side, the young generation, and emphasize those who don't want to change anything. These people still exist around the globe, we know this all. And on the other side, we could even strengthen the capability of our suppliers. 45's name came from Hyundai's Pony Coupe, designed by Italian designer Giorgetto Giugiaro for the 1974 Turin Motor Show. And the Hyundai Pony Coupe concept, you can see a small picture left side. This car was meant to be pure and timeless. And for our concept 45, the goal was to offer an experience that satisfied all senses, offer an aesthetic that comforts and is cocooning, but to reduce the concept like 1974 to the most sensuous and pure form, to show its truth and simplicity, but in this case, with a pleasant natural touch, designed for feelings, as we entered already at that days a new emotional era. The exterior got a very rough and matte haptic texture, like a real metal surface in a light gold finish, to give it a technical but warm retro touch, because we wanted to support Hyundai's philosophy that our past, present and future have to be connected like a common thread, as it's well known here in Korea. We use textiles made by nature, wool, alpaca, neutral, renewable, biodegradable, breathable and soft. 100% banana silk carpet was inside. You can see a small piece here. It was made from the wood pulp of the banana plant, very interesting step. And it really feels like the softest of velvets and silk together. It's unbelievable soft feeling. Dyed biodegradable resin by artist Sarum Kim here from Korea. You can see right side is in the dashboard and the doors. And it gives a little bit vibrant touch. We have here revitalized open pore gray oak wood, treated with an environmental friendly natural oil protection. And I still have the beautiful handwritten advice of the wood veneer expert, a very old man. And when you see this, Lee, Philip, maybe you know exactly from where it is coming from. It's exactly from where you stay in Venice. So olive leaf tanned leather, the extract purely vegetable based, made from the leaves of Mediterranean olive trees, leaves which are normally often burned. I'm sure the audience, most of the people know already this kind of material. Reduction of acid, salts, dye stuff are some of the positive aspects from this kind of material. And this concentrate is even in use for the natural cosmetic industry, so it shows how harmless it is. It has an impact to the senses too, due to a very natural, fresh fragrance of the leaves in the car's interior coming out of this extract. And the car is from 2019. Still, when we open the doors, you can smell it. So the concept car 45 is already on road. The name is Ioniq 5. Chunky will explain more afterwards. Then the work for the concept Prophecy started in November 2019, and nobody expected that our team in Europe, our Ivana, some weeks later had to take over completely. We only could try to support them as best from Korea. Short after the first briefings, we were not able to fly or go out of Korea anymore. So a virus, well known, brought us in a situation that will definitely remain in all people's memory, most likely for the rest of our lives. Masks, chaos, and social isolation, icons of this pandemic that hit nearly everyone. And finally, it's changing the perception about the world and ourselves. So if somebody have told me in that days that I will not see my son, family, friends for 2.5 years, I wouldn't have believed it. But finally, that's exactly what happened. So it was on top important to do things in a different way. And our team, with the help of our innovative suppliers, made Prophecy's interior seat trim, roof area out of recycled PETs. The carpet is felt on milled and woven organic wool to create extra warmth and comfort. We used metal-free tannings, non-polluting, and 98% recycled water was used for this process. Our team in Europe was even focusing on a circular economy and reduced the diversity of the materials for an easier recycling of this car for later. The Prophecy concept will be seen as Ioniq 6 in only a few days. I guess it's the 11th of May in its launch event in London. And yeah, be surprised by the materials. One of them is a result of a very deep relationship and collaboration between Healthy Seas and Hyundai. We are at a turning point. The effects of this global pandemic have shown a light on all aspects of our lives, social-wise, economic-wise, environmental. And like Lee and Philip already very often are talking about accelerating underlying trends. So the need for us to break out of our social bubbles as we try to shape the world for the better. And we think now it's time of integrating more nature into our lives. Surrounded here in Korea by a beautiful landscape with forests, mountains, lakes, the ocean, it was easy for us to understand that. We always saw people striving for hiking and walking, but it got an extra kick during this pandemic. Massive amount of people in outdoor clothes were running around on weekend. So it was time for us to reflect this in our products through raw and organic elements, that kind of earthiness to ground people. We decided to use this biophilic design to empower the lives of our customers with more made in nature materials, where they can feel that we integrate the values of the outdoor, of the nature into our products. Our concept car 7 is based on this study and was in the LA Motor Show last year. You can see it here. Materials and colors were conceived thoughtfully, protecting the planet and humans at the same time, and to give hope into a radically different future where our cars got one more task: to care. We are coming from an era of self-isolation and move towards to an age of self-care. So how can we as color and material designers, as designers, exterior, interior, respond to this? What does this care look like? And how can we bring hygienic features into this car? These have been our thoughts around our concept 7. So we decided quite neutrals to add sensorial depths to our boucle textile or turn iridescent when applied to metals like copper. Copper is even woven in the fabric. We used plant-based bioresin and transformed waste into a powder mixture, which avoids the growth of bacteria, and it has a natural stone effect to give grit and structures. It's in the side of the car. The lidart light as a living vibration with the power to reinforce energies. The picture above, a little bit more colorful. And on the other side, the forest canopy lamp evokes the memory by sitting below of sunlight falling through a forest and brings softness into the technical. And we thought it is calming the mind, protecting the immune system at the same time. And this lamp is in the headliner area for that car. Materials like this open for wood might maybe appear primitive, but finally it represents the essence of growth and expansions, the intelligence of the forest, and the empathy of trees. So fibers like fabric, the leather, the stone powder, bamboo silk carpet, and copper, all surfaces in this car are organic and antibacterial. And with this antibacterial journey, we started in 2018, so it really needs time to bring it into reality. Finally, it should all reflect a perfect imperfection like the nature itself. In a unique, purposeful way, the colors and materials might appear primitive, but our goal was they should preserve the character of their resources. Yeah, and technology always wants to find answers that humans and nature can coexist. So that's why we touched first time our exterior paint too, where organic and antibacterial essences are involved. And the black color for the cladding or bumper areas, this is made out of a paint by recycled end-of-life tires. Millions of them exist. Yeah, please have a look now to the results of our Concept 7 in our video we will share now, and right after, Chunky will take over to introduce the Ioniq 5 he was in charge for and how he changed his life during the creating and development process of this car. Thank you very much.